pulsating set. The set was like a living organism, breathing, beating, changing rhythm at any time. Huge lights flashed, microphone booms rattled, and crew steps rattled among the newly built decorations. There is a warm aroma of coffee mixed with wood dust, the sound of wheels, suitcases, and the sound of sandals being shifted. Among the orderly chaos, two names that were later often mentioned together in the entertainment world had their every move scrutinized: Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai. That morning Jinmai came early. An unassembled background dress waits on the hanger, minimizes the director's voice, and the script is pressed in his arms like a sacred object. Her face was still a bit sleepy, but her steps were sure, a professional who prepared her body and voice for long scenes. On the other hand, Linghe came in a neat, light jacket, and sunglasses that he lowered only upon reaching the makeup area. The two greet the crew and colleagues, but under the habit of the usual greeting there is a different rhythm when they meet each other. An amateur camera that a fan secretly placed behind the cordon fence took pictures from a distance. They are not an official media team. They are enthusiasts who know the safest corners to photograph. The short video taken from a distance shows no dialogue, only a series of gestures. Jinmai tidies up the script, then turns his head, then, without a clear sign, his eyes cling to one point. That point was Linghe, who was interacting with the lighting crew. Jinmai's eye movements were subtle but repetitive. Not a glance, but patient observation. To the casual observer, it may seem trivial. But in the fan community, such a pattern is read differently. "He looked at her for too long," wrote one comment. "Not one of the professional views," chimed in another. In a matter of hours, the short video spread. In the location kitchen, several crews raised eyebrows and whispered to each other. They were already used to seeing chemistry, but the attention the way Jinmai looked at Linghe felt softer, more personal. The crew harbored a professional curiosity, taking notes, not judging. Meanwhile, Linghe himself didn't seem too aware of the observation. He focused more on discussing blocking with the director and camera assistants. But in some scenes, the main camera was caught shooting the angle at which Linghe turned her head, and her gaze met the place where Jinmai was standing. The second is recorded vividly. Two gazes interlocking, not for the script, but like two dots finding each other while the world is busy around them. Video cuts and sighs of fans. The 27-second video clip was scattered like splashes in a dry ocean. Fanbase accounts retrofitted it, added close-ups, slowed down the motion, then gave it a cinematic filter. In the comments, interpretations flowed. Some called it evidence of special attention. Others warned not to immediately conclude more. But the public does not need clear evidence to feel touched. There was something to the way Jinmai waited, the way his eyebrows rose as Linghe laughed. A small detail, which at the same time stole the show. Some of the more cynical netizens shortened it to a joke. Jinmai is training to be an accomplished paparazzi. Yet more felt the warmth. "She looked at him like she was staring at a safe place," read one of the long comments that became popular. In a production environment, when something goes viral, there are logical consequences. Management noticed. The agency gave subtle instructions. Stop secondary shooting in public areas. Organize security to prevent fans from putting stealthy cameras. But there is no prohibition for directors to still take natural moments that arise. If the chemistry is real in front of the lens, that's gold for the production. In the waiting room, Jinmai realized the post was already circulating. He opened the phone, a slight smile, a small beat in the chest. Read the supporting comments, also read innuendo. There is a feeling of awkwardness mixed with warmth. A person notices, and the crowd watches how he notices. He turned his face away, but in his heart walked a restlessness he did not expect. Subtle discomfort. Day after day, the pattern repeats itself. Jinmai is often seen glancing from between scripts, not out of need for instruction, but out of curiosity. Linghe, in turn, sometimes caught that look and answered it with a faint smile, a gesture that lowered the tense atmosphere in the location. The funny thing, when fans re-edit the moment where Linghe threw a small smile at Jinmai, thousands of comments stated they felt shown to be honest. But not everything is sweet. There is tension, not between them, but around them. Cast and crew colleagues play their roles. Some flirt, some are awkward. The director worries about focus. Keep professionalism while the camera is on, he reminds. The agency reminds management. Do not let rumors affect the promotion schedule. Jinmai himself experienced new pressure. At the makeup table, she asked a close friend, "Am I being too obvious?" The friend replied softly, "Not very clear. Just warm. Don't worry, you're good with boundaries." Jinmai sighed and chuckled a little. That answer was soothing, but it didn't take away the amusement in his chest when he saw Linghe from across the room. Linghe also faced some angst. He has always been known to be calm, but there is a feeling that cannot be easily interpreted. Dependence on the presence of Jinmai, a sense of pleasure that arises when the artist smiles at him. It tries to rationalize. It's just a cooperative instinct. It's just years of work. But when he wakes up late at night thinking about Jinmai's expression at a certain scene, that rational reality starts to become porous. Moments that are proof. On a cold afternoon, an intense scene demands physical closeness. A scene in which Linghe's character gives support to Jinmai's character after a tragedy. The director asks for intensity, not just technique. When the camera starts recording, there is a plain miracle. Their gaze is not only suitable for the script, there is a resonance that turns on. After, cut, brokered, applause crew. Some personnel captured the moment behind the stage. Jinmai stood trembling. Linghe took out his jacket, without command, covered his shoulders. Whichever camera captures the moment shows not just a technical hug, but an attentive act. The video was again leaked, this time more clearly. Netizens rewatch, repeat and share again. There was a new tone of discussion. This is real, this is not a farce. Slowly, Jinmai's attention is captured more than just seeing. It helps, it provides, it protects. In one clip, he revealed Linghe's hair from a sweaty face, patting her shoulder from it like it was soothing. In another clip, he held his breath as Linghe had to contain his emotions. Such little things are put together so that it becomes a bigger story. Zhao Jinmai really cares. When the public intervenes, when the public receives visible evidence, it gives the feeling a name, story. The forums discuss, are they more than colleagues? Some create fan art, others create analytical threads highlighting microgesture patterns. The media did not stand still either. Headlines began to appear, questioning the boundary between private life and public spectacle. The agency responded with a standard: no confession, no justification. They are professional and focused on the job, reads a brief statement. But fans who have watched intonations, expressions, and gestures know differently. Silence is not always denial, another popular comment. Some are disappointed. If there is, please announce it. Do not let speculation overshadow the work. Pressure surges. Producers are worried sponsors are being hit. The manager reviews the schedule. But the director, most concerned with the quality of the result, sighed and said, "Let that natural moment give soul to the work. The results will speak." And it's true, the ratings of those important episodes went up. Not just because of the plot, but because of the chemistry that flowed beyond the script.